Welcome to UNews on the University Cable Network. We bring you some of the latest news happenings on campus and remind you that the different things going on. Today, some of the things you'll hear about are the 2012 J-term trips, room draw, and the new and improved show of the University Cable Network is putting on called Pop Chef Mix and Imagination. With the new renovations quickly approaching, room draw is hot and a scary topic for many students at Buena Vista University. Due to the loss of rooms, the university is having incentives for those gracious enough to have a room of 3. The incentives to having 3 in a room are helping with the decisions of many. If you have 3 in a room, you get $200 to the bookstore, $40 in beaver bucks, a $40 laundry card, free parking, 2 movie tickets, and other incentives throughout the year. If you share a suite with a 3-person room, you get incentives as well, such as $100 to the bookstore, $20 in beaver bucks, free parking, a $15 laundry card, and other incentives throughout the year. With the inconvenience this can have on us students, the university is trying to compensate us for this. So remember that these wonderful incentives when you are trying to figure out your living situation for the upcoming school year. From vampires to learning about the Pro Bowl, 2012 J-term trips are expanded throughout beyond what we could expect. With more trips to choose from this coming year, J-term has something for everyone. If you want to walk through the footsteps of Walt Disney, you can. If you want to journey to the Costa Rica and Nicaragua, you can. So watch for the posters and meeting times in your BVU News. Stay tuned for more exciting news on the UNews on the University Cable Network. Coming up, you can learn a little more about emissions and what they have to help future students apply to BVU, as well as what one BVU alum is doing to help Japan.
I care about my community.
I care about my community.
We care about our community.
I like to get involved with my community so I can make it a better place. There are lots of things you can do.
I'm cleaning up.
I'm raking leaves.
By cleaning the community, I'm creating the safe environments.
It's okay to turn off the you if you get involved.
Welcome back to UNews on the University Cable Network. Luke Harweth, a 2008 BVU graduate, has returned to Japan to help with disaster relief following the earthquake and tsunami that devastated the country. Luke and his wife, Lindsay, class of 2007, taught English from 2009 to 2010 in Ohio suburb of hard-hit city of Sendai. He is volunteering to interpret for the nonprofit Global Disaster Immediate Response Team, which is providing paramedic services and a large-scale water purifier to the area. Luke expects to work at the base camp in Tokyo. For the first week following the earthquake, he helped to coordinate logistics by phone and email from his home in Des Moines, Iowa. Let's go see what Admissions is doing to help future students apply to BVU, as well as some good tips in helping you choose the right college for you.
For students who are looking for colleges to attend, think about the opportunities you will have at a school before the actual cost of that school. That is the way Marcia Nance thinks students should pick their college of choice.
Family and student choice points were 3 choice points in this order: opportunity, outcomes, cost, affordability. In 2007, a little shift happened and cost went up to the middle. In 2008 and forward, cost and affordability is on the top. This group of colleges fit what we think we can spend. That's what you look at. So what we've had to do is make sure that our marketplace understands we are affordable.
As students on campus have noticed, the layout of the BVU website has changed to help prospective students more. Admissions has talked with students to figure out what they feel would be a good strategy to connect with future students. The new slogan, "We See You," came from student focus group responses.
Where our own students use the term eye-opening. We didn't come up with that.
The simplest way to say how to pick a college that is right for you is to go along with Cold Stone Creamery's sizes.
Make your college search, fit those categories. You should make a list of your likes, your loves, and your gotta haves. It's all about fit and where you think you belong.
The Buena Vista University admissions counselors are some other people on campus that bring a lot of help to prospective students. They stick with the student and their family throughout the whole process of applying to college and even after they've applied.
It's all about relationships.
The next time you feel admissions has it easy on campus, think again and take a closer look at what they are doing with the school. They are helping make it a better place for all of us as well as the future students. I'm Rebecca Roth with the University Cable Network.
To learn more about scholarships, you can go to the BVU website to the financial aid section and check out the scholarship calculator. In more news, in mid-April, Alex Sanchez, the author of The God Box, will be discussing his books and his life experiences from an ACES event. As a Mexican immigrant and homosexual, Alex Sanchez has a lot to discuss and to talk about. He'll use personal stories and examples to help relate things in his writings. His presentation is filled with uplifting stories and tales of how remarkable life can be. Remember to come out for this uplifting and intriguing event to Growing Up Mexican and Gay. AWOL is BVU's alternating spring break program. In the past 12 years, AWOL has sent around 375 volunteers 100,000 miles to volunteer 14,000 hours of service in 4 different countries and in 10 different states. AWOL coordinator Jameer Payne organized 3 amazing trips: hunger and homelessness in Washington, D.C., children in poverty in the Dominican Republic, and the Gulf Coast disaster relief in Pensacola, Florida. Sophomore Allison Elliott, who went on the Dominican Republic trip, comments, "The trip really had an impact on me, and it was shocking to see how little those children had." Let's see what Brianna has to say about sports today. Hey Brianna, how are those Beavers looking?
Well, David, it seems that BV sports are starting out strong. Buena Vista's outdoor track team started the season off strong on April 2nd at the Central Invite in Pella, Iowa. 2 ladies taking second place finishes were Andrea Boyd in the 100-meter hurdles and Amber Reedy in the pole vault. The men's field events were also quite successful. Brandon Schultz and Brock Lowski added 3rd and 4th place efforts in the pole vault, while Stephen Peterson placed 3rd in the long jump. Out of 11 teams, the women placed 7th and the men placed 5th. It seems that the BV baseball team continues to improve since taking the Spartans of the University of Dubuque. The doubleheader brought 2 more wins for the Beavers. Game 1 seemed to be a battle of the pitchers as the score remained 0-0 until the 3rd inning, when the Beavers scored on a sacrifice. The Spartans didn't give up, but it wasn't enough to overtake Buena Vista, who swept the board 13-11. The second game of the night not only brought in another victory for the Beavers, but was memorable for Kevin Clower, who tied the school solo record of 30 home runs. Once again, the Beavers remained in control, finishing 8-4. Check out more about BV athletics on the BVU website. Back to you, David.
Thanks, Brianna. The Buena Vista University Jazz Band traveled to Hawaii over spring break and performed concerts at 2 major shopping malls in Honolulu. A total of 15 students went on the trip with Dr. David Klee, Associate Professor of Music Jerry Bertrand, Assistant Professor of Music and Al Yeager, adjunct music faculty member, and his wife. BVU's music department sponsors overseas trips every 2 years with the choir and band alternating. The students' cost was partially paid through a travel scholarship endowed by the estate of Irene Albright, class of 1938, who was a prominent pianist and vocal coach in California. The electronic media production, advanced directing, and specialty design classes are working together to produce a webisode of Mixed in Imagination Pop Chef with Poppets. The show will feature 3 skits that star 4 Poppets: Tom Broccoli, Iron Chef, Susie Bake, and Dinner Bell. The show is themed around popcorn supplied by Farmer's Best Popcorn in Rockwell City, Iowa. The show will then feature the Poppets helping make a delicious popcorn treat alongside University Cable Network's very own Pop Chef hosts. The show is slated for a May 2011 release. Some incoming news is update on laptops for the 2011-2012 school years. Students attending Buena Vista University in the fall will be receiving iPad 2s as well as a laptop with the possible choice of a Mac at an extra cost. To see more episodes of UNews, go to our YouTube channel, UNEWSNOW. Come back in a couple weeks to see a new episode of UNews. Stories coming up will be about the musical taking place the week before and after Easter. Tune in next time. I'm David Ekstrom with the UNews of the University Cable Network.